All right, so I guess we already have discussed a little bit about the contouring. As you guys know, contours indicate points of equal elevation. So I thought that we should do a exercise that will help you to understand the meaning of contouring. Contouring exercise is the topic for today, and it has been designed just to analyze and see how contour maps and how topographic maps actually work. And you guys know, for any field work that we do in geology, we use maps, we use satellite images, and we take them to the field to interpret, and then we try to see whatever implications it has. And for example, you are working for a hydrological company, and you have contour maps of water table depth, and you have different points, and you want to make an elevation map, or you can call the water table depth map. So you need to know the following techniques, and similarly can be made for a reservoir, can be made for a source rock, or it can be made for structure. So it has wider applications. That's why we use contours to indicate points of equal elevation, or it can be points of depth. Let's see what are the basics of these techniques, and it all depends on how much practice you have and how much understanding you have about a particular area. The first thing we need to know is the what is the maximum point. You are given a set of points, and then you need to analyze, okay, what is the maximum elevation value that is present in that data. And then comes the another point, what is the minimum point elevation value you observe in this data. Or what you can do, you can just see the data points, we will see shortly. And what you can do, you can just uh, note down whatever minimum height you think you observe, and then try to find the next most minimum value. And in order to do so, then you minus the maximum value from the minimum value, and then you divide them based on the number of contours. Like if you want to have your contour interval 100 feet, then will be the number of contours will be different. If your contour interval is 400 feet, then the total contours that you will draw on the map will be different. So here we will see the example from St. Mary Peak in Oregon, United States, and it shows you the different maps. There are different contour maps. And this is the beautiful St. Mary Peaks. You can observe that this area is having quite steeper slope, while this is having quite this one. If you see, okay, never mind. So this area is having quite steeper peak, and then you see this area is having quite gentler peak. Sorry, gentler slope and steeper slope, and you see that the top area of this peak is quite it's not like very steep, it's quite gentle, and it's almost smooth, all the area around the peak. Oh, this is the image that was taken. North is on this side. We are looking from the east, and west is on this side, and south is on this side. Okay, we will see. This is the track map of that peak. This is the St. Mary's Peak. The highest point is 4097 feet. And these are some of the tracks that are present. If you want to do the trekking on this peak, these tracks can help you. Maybe you guys have seen some of the tracks on Margla. Similarly, for this peak, they also have some tracks. This is the contour map of St. Mary's Peak. This height, remember, is in meters. This height was in feet. So remember the conversion factor that we have between feet and meters. And you can see that there are some contour lines that are darker and some of them are lighter in color. Darker color contour lines are index contours. And you can see that we have 1100 contour, and then we have a 1000 contour. It means we have uh, about 100 meters contour interval, and in that 100 meter we have contour for every 10 meter. It means every in that meter we have contours for like 1 meter is divided into further 10 contours, and these are the normal contours and these are the index contours. So every index contour you will see there is a value given to it. However, the normal contours are just like this. Similarly, another map, more, you can call it, it is showing more area around the St. Mary's Peak, St. Mary's Peak in the center, and you can see that the contour shapes are changing, and this is because of the change in elevation around the peak. And you can also notice some drainage areas that are present, that are cutting the peak as well. This is the area that we have selected for our exercise, and this outer interval is about generally, because we are doing it as an exercise, so there is a margin of error in it. And you can see that the outermost periphery of uh, this circle is about 40 feet, and you can see that the areas with the gentle contours on this side, and the more steeper, as the contour spacing decreases, it means the slope will be more steeper. And if it is the contour space is more, it means the elevation difference between the 2 points is uh, quite gentler, and it is less, so it means it will be quite gentle in this direction. This is the north direction, this is the south direction, and you can see the quite broader part of the peak. And this was the point, the nick point. Let me show you again. In this is the point, the most height point in the St. Mary's Peak is this one. Okay. So the photograph that we see was captured by someone standing on this area, and then he captured the peak. So this photograph was taken by someone who was standing on this side and was observing the feature in this direction. Oh, here comes the exercise that we were talking about, and let me check if the new notification. Here we see we have a set of points, and you can see that we have 1490 feet value, and similarly we have 1580. So you can see there are a number of values that are present in this area, and these are the points that are taken from the St. Mary's Peak. And you can see that some of these points are increasing in value when you are moving in this direction, and similarly the points are increasing as you are moving in this direction. Similarly, if you observe from here, you can also see the increase in height, similarly from here. And in the center you have 4097, that is the most, you can call it the maximum value that you have seen. So if you want to decide how to start drawing the contouring, you first have to locate these 2 points, the maximum and the minimum. So this technique will apply everywhere if you are doing the contouring during modeling, or if you are doing the contouring exercise on a paper, on a sheet of paper, or you are doing it in a software, the basics will remain the same. And you can see that this is the minimum value, and this is the maximum value that what I sorted out. You can see there are other values. Whatever values you see, always try to find the maximum and minimum. So the next maximum after this one is this one, and similarly 1490. Do you see anything that is very close to 1490? Maybe 1580 is the next very close to 1490. Okay, now we just, what we will do, we will just encircle those minimum values and the maximum values. And now it is time for us to decide what will be the contour interval. Remember, contour interval is very important. If you select wrong contour interval, the map cannot depict the details that you wish to do. Like for example, if you want to make an overview map of this peak, then it's okay, you can select a higher uh, contour interval like 400 feet. But however, if you want to see more details, and if you want to see more information about the peak, then you can select contour interval about 100 feet or maybe 50 feet. So for this exercise, we will select contour interval, but that will be just an overview. So for your exercise at your home, you can do it. You can change the contour interval. You can do it for 100 feet as well. How we will know how many contours will be there? So just subtract the minimum value from the maximum value, and then divide by how much contour interval you want. Like for example, if you roughly divide minus 4000 from and 1400, the result will be 2600. And then if you divide that 2600 by 400, almost 6 or 7 contours will be drawn in this exercise. Okay. So let's see the first contour. So you can see that this was the most heighted point. So we selected, you can start from here, from the minimum values, or you can start from the maximum values. Remember the point, like for example, 1576 is greater than 1400, but it is smaller than 1600. So it means the line that you will draw will follow this trend, and the point that is more heighted will be always on this side, and that point that is in less in number will always be on this side of this interval. Let's see how it works. Oh, here we have the most heighted point, that is 4097. So it means we will have one contours of 4000, because anything that is away from this line is less in height. So you have to make a smaller contour for 4000, and then the next contour will be you minus 400 from the next. Okay, so next will be 3600. So any point that is larger than, or the value that is greater than 3600 will be inside the contour. Like you see, any value that is outside is smaller than the 3600 contour. Similarly, you keep on going, and then you keep on drawing these points, and then you come up with the significant shape of the. Now you see the shape of the peak is coming in slowly, just like the jigsaw puzzle fit, or just like the exercises that you do connecting points. So it is very easy way. It's just like easy and entertaining way of doing things. And similarly, you see in the next image, you have 3,200. So the first one was 4,000, then we have 3,600, and now we have 3,200. So this contour line represents the point of equal elevation that are about 3,200 feet, right? So you see all the points that are outside are smaller than the points that are inside the contour interval. And contours, as we have seen the definition, they connect points of equal elevation. Let's see what next is. Now you see we have 4,000 feet, now we have 3,600 feet, and now the next line is 3,200 feet. And similarly, you continue and you see now we have 2,800 feet line that is crossing in between 2,300. This line cannot go in this direction. Similarly, this line cannot go in this direction because these values are smaller than the 2,800 feet. So this exercise will continue until you finish and encircle all the points, and then after that you come up with something like this. So you have now this is the 2,000 feet interval, 2,400, 2,800, 3,200, 3,600, and 4,000 feet. And you can see gradually as you do the exercise and some of these points, you have to move it like this because the points are taken with the GPS and they represent the point of equal elevation by this line. So you see the power of contours, and similarly in the end you see the last contour that you see is 1,600 feet, and in this contour it is not complete because the data is not sufficient in this quarter and in this quarter. So this line roughly comes from here because 1675 is last. So the data will be like this, line will be here and then the line will be here, and somewhere here roughly connects the points. So you can see that the estimated contours that we estimated at the start, that will come up after we minus the maximum and minimum and divide by contour interval was 6 or 7. So now you can count the total contours: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and about the roughly 7 or 8 contours that we see in this photograph, and they represent the points of equal elevation. So this is how normally we do the exercise for points of equal elevation. Now once you see this map, and this was the place that we took the photograph, and you saw the peak, the north was in this direction and south was in this direction. Now you see the contour map from USGS, and you can see that you can appreciate the work that these guys did, and the contour interval is like 10 times greater than what we did in our exercise, and you can see that the contours are much closer and much sharper. So it is all based on similar data, but they did it with more accuracy and more precision. So this is how the survey USGS, they map the area. Similarly, survey of Pakistan, in Pakistan they do the topographic mapping using satellite images and similar intervals. So you can see that this is the 40 feet uh, contour, and you can see the change in elevation and the shape of the contours representing different spurs and valleys and then different streams that are coming in. So you can see the link of geomorphology and geological fieldwork somewhere here. So this was the peak that we started, and this is the St. Mary's Peak, and you can see that this is a quite gentler side, and then this is quite straighter, a little bit slopey, and in the end it has a gentler slope. And this is the place that the photograph was taken, and then this is the west, and then this is the north, and this is the south. So you can see the link between contouring and the link between the points that you do. So now what you guys can do, just take a pen or maybe you go to paint and take these points and make an interval of maybe 200 feet. Just try 200 feet or 100 feet, whatever you think feels more suitable, and try to do this exercise. We can check if you have done this on I think Thursday. We have the last class of this week, so you can just show me if you have done this exercise. Yes, Aflaha, you want to ask something?
सर ये अगर जो उनसे मतलब अगर हम 200 का डिफरेंस ले रहे हैं हाइट
Yes,
का, तो
yes,
इसमें बहुत से पॉइंट ऐसे होंगे कि मतलब वो आ जाएंगे एक ही लाइन में, मतलब 2800 में दो तीन पॉइंट आ जाएंगे, तो हम
yes.
कौन सा पॉइंट पिक करेंगे?
You will.
जैसे
Okay. So like for example, can you show me? Can you see the screen? कहाँ पे आप कह रहे हैं? Like let's go to this one. किस जगह पे आप कह रहे हैं प्रॉब्लम होगी?
सर मतलब देखना 300 मतलब था 3210 था, उसके बाद हम 2800 पे गए हैं, तो 2800 में दो तीन पॉइंट और भी आ रहे हैं, तो मतलब सबसे लोएस्ट वाला पॉइंट पिक करना है डिफरेंस में।
Yes, yes. 2801 जो है वो 2800 से बड़ा है. Like 2865 is greater than 2800. Okay, so if it is 2876 or 2865, so these points are greater in value than 2800. So remember that the absolute value of contour is like 3200. So if there is anything that is 3210, so it means it is greater than 3200. All right, so you need to remember that your points, like if it is 2000 feet, so anything that is 2150 is greater than 2000 feet. All right, did you get my
और
answer?
सर जो
Yes, yes, please.
सर आपने जो हाईएस्ट पॉइंट ली है और जो स्मॉलेस्ट पॉइंट ली है, हमने जब करना है तो हमने उनको चेंज करना है। आपने जैसे कि 4000 ली है, तो हम उसको में हम हमारी अपनी मर्जी होगी कि हम 300 बाई लाइन में पहले स्टार्ट कर दें, इस तरह होगा?
No, no, I
क्योंकि
think
अगर हम
yeah, I think maybe you misunderstood my point. My idea was that
जी
maximum और minimum तो change नहीं होंगे points, और ना हम इनकी values change कर रहे हैं. I'm just asking that you increase the contour interval. Like यहाँ पर हमने 4000 feet बनाया, यहाँ पर 3600 feet है. तो आपका जो अगर आप 200 interval रखेंगे तो that will be 3800 feet. You understand? तो एक कंटूर ऐड होता जाएगा हर कंटूर के बाद. लाइक 3600 है और 3200 है, सो द कंटूर नेक्स्ट विल बी 3400 फीट. तो दो कंटूर होगा वो इसके मिडल में ही आ जाएगा. सो दिस मैप विल गाइड यू अल्टीमेटली, बट आई प्रेफर कि आप बिल्कुल ब्लैंक मैप से शुरू करें and just try to get the shape just like this. You understand?
ओके सर अब आगे समझ ठीक है।
Yes. So we are not changing the position of these points. We are just asking to increase the contour interval, make more contours. So if we make more contours, the shape of the Saint Mary peak will be easy to decipher, and we can understand it better. All right. Any other confusions or questions? Okay. Then I send you these slides stated.